Hi friends, in our time together today we're going to learn the Arran Boat Song. I loved this tune the first time I heard it, and I've been wanting us to learn it together for a while, but right after I learned the tune, I found out that it was the Scottish Aran Isles. It's also called the Highland Boat Song, and it's Arran with two R's, not the Irish Arran Islands. But I then realized it's played by many people who focus on traditional Irish music, and you'll find this tune on many Irish traditional repository sites. And so I thought, yeah, let's learn it. And so we'll do our usual. I'll go through, I'll play the tune standing. We'll talk about the flow of the tune, any trouble spots, some ornament thoughts, and then I'll give you just a bit of the history of the tune, well, what little we know about it. And as usual, I'll provide a link for you to download the music and the tabs. So let's just jump right into it. The Arran Boat Song. It starts off with an E. It's has the first phrase that repeats, then you move into the second phrase, it repeats, and closing that second phrase, you return to the theme of the first phrase. So listen to that, and then I'll show you the differences there. The Arran Boat Song. So that's the whole tune. So the first part, just want to walk through that again, and I'll play it just up to the repeat. Okay, so that's the first part. You play that twice. Then, when you finish that the second time, you step into the second bit. So, here's the first phrase of the second bit with that step in note. And that's the lead into that second phrase. And then it follows very similarly in the first repeat. This is the first repeat. And then you play the first phrase of the second again, and then you close it out. So I'll play that first phrase of the second section, and then you'll notice when we transition to the closeout. Okay, so I played through the whole thing once for you, and then we saw that there's the A part, the first part, that repeats. Then you step up into the B part, You play that once, and then you go back to it again. But the second line on the second time through of that B part, you return to a similar feel of the A part to close it out. Hope that makes sense. So let's chat about any trouble spots and ornament ideas with the tune. I don't really think there are tons of trouble spots. The biggest trouble spot with this tune is getting into the feel and the flow of it. A lot of times you might find that it feels and flows better if you listen to someone even playing it like on a harp. That's what I was doing for a little while, because it's got that beautiful flow to it, and I like that rhythmic flow that this has. And so that's the challenge, is playing this in a nuanced manner. But we've been playing long enough that we're going to be able to do this. I know it. And so that's the challenge, playing it well, with good tone quality, nice flow to it. As far as ornaments, in my practicing this tune, I've used a few transitional ornaments. The usual suspects. I've done some cuts and taps to differentiate, and taps at a step down, or cuts at a step down. Don't know if I threw a roll in or anything. I'll play it in the next video. But I want you to experiment with that yourself. Think of the tune as a gentle flowing tune, and then let your ornamentation marry to that. Nothing excessively harsh, but like if you're thinking like waves flowing, then even waves break now and then. So you can throw in some harder ornaments, but nothing to really stop the flow. The tune is very old. It's what's called a Shetland listening piece, and that's similar to what in Irish music we would call an air. I don't know exactly when this transitioned from Scotland to Ireland, but there was a lot of movement and flow of tunes back and forth from traders who would also be musicians, and people just traveling and playing tunes. So the tune was first recorded, transcribed, and published in the middle of the 19th century, but there were accounts of it going way back. It's probably like a lot older than that. It's a nice, gentle, flowing tune. Different sets of words have been set to this tune. The Arran Boat Song there was a set of words about Elizabeth escaping from her captivity in Loch Leven Castle, and so that's one set of words. There are other sets of words as well, but all we know, it's a really old tune, and you'll find a number of different sets of words to it. So anyway, I hope you enjoy and love playing this really fun tune. Until next time, my friends, this is Scott Shade. Happy low D whistling.